Hello, folks, and welcome back to the Average Movie Review podcast. Um, Honestly, I had some time last night, so I thought I'd watch The Running Man, starring Glenn Powell, and I enjoyed it. I had a fun time. I do understand some of the criticisms that it faced when it was released back in October. I get it. I kind of see it, but I thought overall the film was really good. If I'm not mistaken, and I could be wrong, I should have done my research on this, but I believe this one is not a remake. This is a kind of continuation of the original 1978 or 58 film, starring Arnold. So I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of like a sequel, but it's really not. It's kind of a different story, and whatnot. But overall, I thought it was an okay film. Like, it wasn't anything incredible. Story's pretty simple. Execs, networks have taken over the entire government and everything, and there's a show called The Running Man. If you're on it, you win $10 billion or something, $1 billion. All you have to do is survive 30 days while the entire city hunts for you, and there's hunters and stuff like that, and all that shit. And I thought it was okay. I thought Glenn's performance was good. Um, I I don't know if it was great. There were some scenes where I felt it was a little cringy, like some of the lines, the way that he was delivering the lines. I just felt like he could do a little bit better there. But then again, like, I understand that when you're doing movies like this, you're given a certain level of direction, so you kind of have to follow what's happening, and you have to kind of understand the characters' motivations and stuff like that, and you have to see what the writers wrote and what the direction is. So you kind of have to follow that. Sometimes you can bring your own little flair to it, but sometimes you can't. You kind of have to go with the flow. And I think that's what kind of happened here. I felt like there was room for more improvement, but I just feel like it just wasn't what they were looking for. I also felt that the pacing of the film was off a little bit. I felt like it was a little too quick. Certain scenes felt like they were like cut and then edited together. Like, it just didn't feel right, and I don't know how else to explain it. I just felt like that could have been done a lot better. But overall, like, I would say, like, it wasn't a bad film. Some of the highlights of the film, like some of the good parts that I found honestly awesome to watch, was Coleman Domingo. I thought he did an amazing job. Josh Brolin, this man is a phenomenal actor. I don't think we talk about this man enough. He does such a good job. Like, he was such a good villain in my opinion. He didn't have much screen time, but whenever he was on screen, I was like, I was focused on him because he was so good at delivering his lines, and on top of that, like, his facial expressions, like the way he's one of those actors, like, he makes you feel like he actually looks like he's in genuine danger, he's genuinely happy, or he's going through something. Because again, phenomenal guy. Michael Cera was in it. He was fucking hilarious. We need more Michael Cera. I think that man is honestly the funniest guy I've seen in a long time. His line delivery, the way he talks, the way he acts, everything is just so perfect, and you can't help yourself but laugh. Like, he was so good in this film, and he, again, very small role, not too much screen time, but for whatever part he was in it, he absolutely killed it, and I enjoyed every single second of that. Um, the story itself kind of plays on, I guess, right now where we are in society as well. Society is kind of run by, like, I guess, like, social media and stuff like that, influencers and all those. They take more importance over actual people and stuff like that. So, like, it is playing kind of to, I guess, what we're facing in society right now, but in a much more bigger scale and in a much more severe way in the film, where, like, execs and stuff kind of run the entire country, and they can, like, TV is kind of huge, entertainment and all of that is for the people. Like, and then there's, like, the really poor people, and then there's the really rich people. Like, again, it plays into that dystopian kind of feel, and I think it does a good job of kind of distinguishing that. But I think for me, the only issue was it was just the pacing was too much. I think, like, it was too fast. Some character motivations, like Glenn's character's development, kind of didn't work for me in that sense. It was like going too quickly. Like, one time he was like super angry, and then he was like kind of understanding, and then he was like kind of okay, hopeful. Like, there was no real consistency or kind of like a ladder that was like, okay, he's here, now he's going to be there, and then he's going to get to this point. I think that's what kind of sucked. For me in that part, I felt like they could have done that a little bit better. But again, everybody has their own style. Everybody has their own way of directing, and I don't know. I just felt like maybe Edgar wasn't the right guy to direct this film, or maybe he could have done it a little bit better, or perhaps maybe he did want to do it better, but again, execs got in the way. Studios didn't like maybe his first cut or whatever it was. I feel like maybe there was a better cut, or maybe there was a better idea, and they just didn't like what they were seeing. But overall, I would give this film a solid 3 out of 5. I had fun. I actually, was focused in the film as well, and I think that's the main thing about movies today. If you're watching a movie, like how often do you look at your phone? Understand what I'm saying? Like, how long are you actually enthralled in the movie? Like, are you sitting there and watching the entire thing, or do you get distracted and go on your phone because it's boring? Like, how often? Like, you kind of have to judge a movie by that. And honestly, like for me personally, I didn't feel like I needed to look at my phone. I was actually, kind of interested in what I was watching, and I was like, oh, this is really good shit. Like, this is not that bad. It's funny. It's entertaining. It's again a 2-hour film. It's not too long. It was actually pretty good. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you've seen the film, if you haven't seen the film, what do you think? I'd love to hear from you. Please comment. You don't have to like or subscribe, just comment. Let me know. I'd love to hear from you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.